What if the world's greatest art thief was finally caught only to discover that someone had been playing him from the very beginning? Three legendary treasures worth $300 million have suddenly become the target of the world's most dangerous criminals. According to legend, Antony gave Cleopatra three magnificent jeweled eggs as a symbol of his love. For centuries, the eggs were believed to be nothing more than a myth until two of them were discovered near Cairo in 1907. The story begins in Rome, where the legendary first Cleopatra egg is being displayed inside a heavily guarded museum, but FBI agent John Hartley has received information that Nolan Booth is coming for it. So Hartley arrives with Inspector Das and orders the museum to be locked down. The director refuses to believe there is any danger until Hartley checks the egg with a thermal sensor. The result immediately tells him something is wrong. Because the real egg is covered in gold, it should react to the heat around it, but this one does not. Hartley quickly proves his suspicion, and the museum realizes that the egg on display is only a fake. At the same moment, Booth realizes his cover is blown and makes a run for it. The guards rush to stop him, but Booth moves through the museum with ease. Hartley follows closely behind and eventually corners him near the roof. Booth manages to escape again and races away through the streets before Hartley can catch him. After the chase, Booth returns to his home in Bali, thinking he has escaped the authorities. But the moment he walks inside, he finds Hartley and Das waiting for him. Booth is wanted in multiple countries, and Hartley has been studying his crimes for years. He already knows Booth is not an ordinary thief. Booth takes the biggest jobs and deliberately pushes himself into dangerous situations because winning the chase matters almost as much as stealing the treasure. Hartley also believes Booth has been trying to prove himself to his father. But before Booth can respond, the situation changes completely. The fake egg that Booth supposedly stole is examined, and Hartley realizes something is wrong with the entire case. Inspector Das discovers that Hartley's FBI credentials cannot be verified. When she contacts the FBI, she learns that the agency has no record of him. She arrests him and sends him to a secret prison in Russia, where he discovers the last person he expected to see, Nolan Booth. The two men are forced to share a cell, and Booth quickly understands what happened. The same mysterious thief, known as the Bishop, has somehow taken down both of them. She stole the real egg and then framed Hartley while making sure Booth would be blamed for the robbery. But there is a much bigger reason for the setup. The three Cleopatra eggs are worth an enormous reward. The first egg is already in the Bishop's hands. The second belongs to a dangerous arms dealer named Sotto Voce. Booth immediately focuses on the second egg because he knows exactly where it is. Sotto Voce keeps it inside a heavily protected mansion. The Bishop soon arrives at the prison and reveals that she already has the first egg. She also tells Booth that she intends to steal the second one within 48 hours. But what she really wants is the location of the third egg. She believes Booth knows where it is. The Bishop offers him a deal. If Booth tells her where the third egg is, she will get him out of prison and give him a share of the reward. Booth refuses. So he makes a deal with Hartley. They will escape together, catch the Bishop, and recover the eggs. Neither man trusts the other, but they have no choice. They steal a key card, fight their way through the prison, and eventually reach a helicopter. Hartley can barely believe they made it out. But they are not safe yet. They have to reach Sotto Voce's mansion before the Bishop steals the second egg. During the journey, Hartley learns more about Booth and discovers why he became obsessed with stealing. Booth remembers being 8 years old when his father accused him of stealing a watch. Booth denied it, but his father refused to believe him and stopped speaking to him for almost a year. Then the missing watch was found in his father's office. His father had simply forgotten where he left it, but never apologized. The two men finally reach Sotto Voce's mansion and prepare for the masquerade party. The second egg is hidden inside a vault that is almost impossible to access. It requires biometric security, a constantly changing code and information from Sotto Voce's phone. Booth and Hartley split the job. Hartley will get the fingerprint, while Booth gets the phone and the information needed to open the vault. They enter the party disguised as guests, and everything seems to be going according to plan. Until the Bishop appears, Hartley immediately recognizes her and realizes that she has come for the same egg. The bishop also recognizes him and begins playing with him in front of the other criminals. Hartley cannot arrest her because he has no authority there, and revealing his identity would put both of them in danger. So he stays close to her while Booth continues with the robbery. Hartley eventually gets the fingerprint, and Booth manages to obtain Sotovoce's phone. But when they attempt to reach the vault, the security system detects them. The mansion goes into lockdown. Guards rush toward the vault while Booth and Hartley try to finish the robbery before they are trapped. The bishop is still moving through the party, and Sotovoce himself realizes that something is wrong. The operation falls apart, and Hartley are eventually captured and brought before the bishop and her mysterious partner. She already has the first 2 eggs and only needs the final one. But Booth refuses to reveal where it is, so the bishop turns her attention to Hartley. She knows Booth has started to care about him and uses that against him. Booth finally gives in and claims that the 3rd egg is hidden inside a secret chamber beneath the Great Pyramid in Egypt. According to Booth, the 3rd egg is not in Egypt, and Hartley becomes frustrated because he no longer cares about the money. His priority is catching the bishop and clearing his name. The 2 men escape and begin traveling toward the real location of the 3rd egg. As they move across the country, Hartley asks Booth why he refuses to trust anyone. Booth finally reveals that his father was a con man who disappeared on his 13th birthday. His mother raised him alone, and Booth eventually followed the same path as his father. Hartley hated that watch because his father seemed to care more about the treasure hunt than his own family. But after his father died, Hartley discovered something hidden inside it. The watch contained the clue they needed. Booth and Hartley follow the map for days until they finally reach the location, but there is nothing there. No bunker, no treasure, no egg. Hartley thinks Booth has wasted their time, but then Booth notices something unusual. Electricity is running beneath the ground, which means there must be an underground structure nearby. They search the area and discover the entrance. The legendary Nazi bunker is real. Inside, they find an enormous collection of stolen treasure. Gold artifacts and valuable vehicles are scattered throughout the underground chambers. But Booth ignores everything because he is looking for only one thing: the 3rd Cleopatra egg. After searching through the bunker, they finally find it. The bishop appears. She reveals that she never believed his story about Egypt. Before he can react, the bishop demands the treasure, and her men attack. A gunfight erupts inside the bunker. Booth and Hartley fight their way through the guards while trying to keep hold of the egg. They eventually reach a vehicle and race through the underground tunnels with the bishop close behind. The escape becomes more dangerous when they reach the end of the route and have nowhere left to go. They jump into the water and the current separates them. Booth eventually reaches the shore with the egg, but Hartley is nowhere to be found. For a moment, Booth thinks his partner is dead instead of escaping with the treasure. Booth turns back to search for Hartley. He eventually finds him alive. Hartley realizes that Booth came back for him, even though it meant risking the 3rd egg. They escape together, believing they have finally beaten the bishop, but Booth has no idea that he has walked directly into another trap. Hartley suddenly turns against him. Booth is shocked as Hartley reveals that their entire partnership was a setup. The prison escape was part of the plan. The partnership was part of the plan. Even the emotional conversations were part of the plan. Hartley had gained Booth's trust, so Booth would lead him to the 3rd egg. Then the biggest revelation comes. There are actually 2 people working together as the bishop. Hartley is one of them. The woman Booth has been chasing is the other one. Bishop, and while Hartley and the bishop take the 3 eggs and head to Egypt, the plan is finally ready. The Egyptian billionaire is holding a huge wedding for his daughter, and the 3 legendary eggs are about to become the most expensive wedding gift in history. Hartley and the bishop arrive with all 3 eggs. The billionaire proudly presents them to his daughter, and for the first time in more than 2,000 years, all 3 Cleopatra eggs are reunited. But before the celebration can continue, Interpol storms the wedding. The authorities reveal that the billionaire is connected to stolen Nazi treasure, and the eggs are seized. He and the bishop escape. They believe they have won. Several months later, they are relaxing together on a yacht when someone unexpected appears. Nolan Booth, Hartley, and the bishop are stunned. Booth explains that after they left him behind, He was eventually rescued and taken into custody, but as usual, he found a way to escape, and he did not come back for revenge. He came back because he knows about their money. The $300 million is gone. Hartley and the bishop are left with nothing, but Booth offers them a new deal. He has discovered another robbery. This one is worth twice as much. The world's greatest art thief, the FBI profiler, and the mysterious bishop are now working together. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Your subscription may seem like a small thing, but it genuinely makes a difference and helps the channel continue, bringing you more movie recaps like this. One subscription can help us keep growing, so hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for the next movie.